The most interesting thing to me personally is the discovery of the reams and reams of digital code that's stored inside DNA and transmitted in RNA. And these are features that we think are best explained by an intelligent cause rather than a purely undirected process. So when we find information encoded in the DNA in this 4-character digital code that's responsible for all the instructions in the cell, it's the logical inference and explanation to say that an intelligent agent of some kind played a role in the origin of those living systems.
Since the intelligent design movement is dedicated to the search for intentional design of living things, I think it's time to give it a little test. Can anyone out there locate a gene that is unambiguously designed? Here's my challenge. Give me the name of a gene in any animal or plant that you think is designed. No fair cheating. Let's stick to sequences found in nature, not transgenics, and only organisms we have some sequencing data on. I will then test your gene using homology and some other tools for 2 things: homology and specific or unique function. For the purposes of our test, let's consider homology defined as 20% protein identity over more than 100 amino acids. That's 1 out of 20 amino acids at each position, or 0.05 probability raised to at least a power of 20, or less than 1 in 1 times 10 raised to the power of 28. Chance of being a coincidence. That's a pretty low probability. We'll test that your protein is specific for a certain function with OM-IM database. We don't want some protein that is used lots of ways, or it can't be part of an irreducibly complex structure. This shouldn't take you long. Feel free to throw out guesses. Leave the gene name in the comments, and I'll post the results when I can.
Dear Discovery Institute, so there you have it. You want to put forward intelligent design as a hypothesis in the scientific arena. That's fine. We have presented a cheap mechanism for you to provide evidence to support this. The genomes of about 180 life forms have already been sequenced. Yet you have not pointed to a single gene that you think shows signs of a non-evolutionary design. Please, we invite you to rock the foundations of evolutionary biology to its core. Simply provide evidence of a single gene from the billions of base pairs that have already been sequenced, and that are scanned by drug companies and geneticists on a daily basis that you think display the property of a non-evolutionary origin. If there really were any weaknesses to evolution as the explanation of the information in DNA, the Discovery Institute could reveal them within months. One can only speculate at their masterly reluctance to examine the evidence over the last decade. So here is our advice to everyone who thinks that intelligent design is a valid hypothesis. Given that this would clearly be the single simplest method of demonstrating evidence supporting intelligent design, we strongly advocate that you all write to the Discovery Institute, encouraging them to examine the currently sequenced genome databases for a single gene that does not show an evolutionary heritage. This video was released on the 15th of May 2009. History awaits to record the first intelligent design advocate to point to a single gene that displays evidence of a non-evolutionary origin.